Hi, I'm Stephanie Moore, and this is Lenawee. We have our cameras in the hands of our student reporters around Lenawee County to get a first-hand look at the incredible experiences around our community. Today, we're out at the CSF building where students are learning a lot about a new way of agriculture.
Is a system that grows plants without using dirt. We only use water and floating islands. So we have a main gray tank that will house our tilapia, which are the fish that will produce waste. From there we have tubing that runs underneath, and then that waste will go through the tubing into what's called a swirl tank, and all the waste will settle at the bottom so we can take that out. And the cleaner water that has dissolved nitrates and nitrogen in it will go through 3 grow beds. It'll go up and into one, and while it's going through the grow beds, we will have plants in there and floating islands that will take those nitrates and nitrites out and use those to grow. And then by the time it gets up to our duckweed tank at the top, which houses the food for the tilapia, it'll be entirely clean and safe for the fish to be housed in.
Okay, so we have a bunch of little minnows called rosy reds in here, and they're to eat all the insect eggs if any insects lay eggs in here. And we have the little ducks in here, if you can see them, because this is the baby tank, and then we have the big ducks in that one because that's where the big fish go. We're growing duckweed in this tank to feed all the fish, and it'll just endlessly keep growing and feeding the fish over and over again.
Here we have a smaller aquaponics tank. We have parsley that's over 1 foot long. And we also have lettuce that's pretty impressive. It was kind of hard to get it back up in speed because algae, over time it grows along the side of the tank and it gets into the pumps and it makes the water flow less because you need air in the water for the fish to breathe, and then you need the fish for the nutrients for the plants, and then without that you wouldn't have anything. So it's been kind of trial and error for a lot of things, and recently over the really hard winter we had, the fish died. All 17 of them died, but luckily we took 4 out for mating pairs, so those are in the classroom right now, so hopefully we can get some new fish in pretty soon.
All right, so our class, the Natural Resources program, has had the opportunity to work with Chris and Troy. They know a lot about aquaponics systems, and they met our teacher, Mrs. Gilhouse, and they decided to come in and see what we were doing in our class. So they came and helped us set up our aquaponics system, and they've been teaching us a lot about it. And it's been a great opportunity for us to learn more about this whole system and what we can really do with it.
Well, we came, Chris and I showed up, we had an interest in what's going on here as far as the solar panels and the geothermal energy. We have an interest doing the same thing with our project.
And once we were out here, we were really impressed, and then we got looking at the aquaponics setup that they had before, myself being a gardener and then Troy having the aquaponics experience before, and we kind of said that we could help tweak it. We were asked to come back, and so we've been working with the students for about the past month or so. I've never done this before. Like I said, Troy has, so I'm actually here learning as well.
Once they realized that we don't have to have chemicals or a lot of inputs, and we can get these plants to grow probably better without all the chemical input, and they're going to be healthier to eat if it's a vegetable or fruit. And then on top of it, they're growing fish that they can also eat. Once you get it, it's an awesome system.
I think that's just it, just working with the kids. That's been the most enjoyable part of it, just watching them learn and seeing them actually get enjoyment out of them. And I can see a few of them would actually take this into their future, and they would do this at home, or maybe in their adult life they could use this and they could grow food to provide for their families. So I think that's probably the most enjoyable part, is just watching them learn.
I'm heading into the field of agriculture, which I'm really excited about, and learning from experts in the community of the aquaponics system. Our teacher can only teach us so much in the amount of time that we have in class, so having these people come in and give us that extra push of knowledge is really helpful for us so that we can further our knowledge as well.
Oh, that's great. I mean, they're really engaged. Originally, I went to Adrian College and earned a a teaching degree there. So I love working. This kind of brings me kind of full circle of what I originally went to school for. And so it's great working with them. You know, like I said, they're really engaged. You can tell that they are enjoying this. They're asking questions. They're coming up with solutions. You know, there's times where we're sitting there looking at a step in the process, thinking, okay, what can we do? And they're shouting out answers, and they're coming up with some really pretty good stuff.
Sustainably grown agriculture and fish, especially we live in Michigan. Michigan we've got the Great Lakes all around us. I mean, fish, and we're overfishing our oceans and lakes. I mean, we're taking everything we can get, and we're depleting it. So the future for aquaculture with fish is near, and the more these guys understand, and they can go out and use these practices, or there are people hiring, they need help with people that know this stuff. These guys, they have a leg up.
That is such a cool way of growing plants. The food we eat on a daily could be grown in such a fun way, even with the little rubber ducks. Now let's head over to Blissfield High School and see how they use cereal boxes for a new way of learning.
I use a cereal box as a way to get them just involved more physically. They get to move around, have fun, and still make the connections that they need.
It's usually like in the morning, you know, you're getting ready for school, and then you're gonna have like a good breakfast. So you usually like see the breakfast box, and then you see like information. They might have like fun puzzle games on the back of the box. So we're thinking of more of like a productive way of making cereal into a learning style.
Usually when you're just reading stuff out the book, you don't want to take the time just to like actually learn it. You just want to like get it done and get your project in as a grade. But with this, you have to like know the knowledge and learn it.
From the lesson, the main thing that I want the kids to take away is the idea that they're creating, through the revolutions, both a nation and a state. The two different parts that the Haitian Revolution and the Russian Revolution illustrate. So one, they're learning what a nation is, the idea of a group of people. In the revolution, they rise up to establish a country for themselves, and the idea of a country being led by a whole single group of people.
Well, right now we're basically just working on pasting and cutting everything and putting them on the cereal boxes. Just normal type of research. You can look through books, YouTube videos. Mr. Phillips makes us look at Freemanpedia a lot. Websites usually.
By doing the hands-on projects, they're learning a little bit more because they're able to critically think their way through the problem assigned to them. They have to take something like the Haitian Revolution and turn that into something informative and interesting. To do that, they gotta actually be creative. And by being creative, they're really struggling with the ideas and how to make them more fun when they're not actually fun topics. These kids are fantastic. They love to get involved and actually do things that are not ordinary lecture type classes.
I think this project is really gonna improve us as individuals to learn more about revolutions, and just, it's really fun class.
Such a unique way to learn about the not so fun topics. Let's move on and take you to Hudson High School right after this.
Na 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 na, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hi, I am Leslie Godfrey. I am the girls varsity basketball coach at Hudson High School. And I am here excited to share with you that the girls varsity program this year received the BCAM All Academic All Team for State. We were 5th in Division III with a 3.909 GPA, and we were 18th overall. Some things I would like to share with you today about the team and why they have been so successful in the classroom. The way that my basketball program supports these girls, or our coaches are very adamant about being successful in the classroom first before sports. We support our girls by making sure that they're staying on top of their academics. We have very high expectations for them academically. We help them if they are struggling. That might be with some study skills. It also might be just with follow-up with the teacher and allowing them the time that they need after school to meet with their teachers to make sure they are being successful. And then another reason our girls are successful is because they have a great support system here. The administration does a great job making sure that they are doing what they need to do to be successful and to be college ready or for whatever profession they are going to leave this school doing. Also, they have great parent support, and that also allows them to be successful in the classroom.
So during school, we really try and when we need help, we'll go to our teachers, and they're really helpful when it comes to that kind of stuff and just getting us whatever we need so that we can be successful. And also what we try and do is to be in a lot of more leadership positions around the school. Like, for example, I'm the student body president and I'm a leader in our FCA. So it's not just me, but there's a lot of other girls on our team who are participate in different kinds of extracurricular activities other than basketball.
I think a major part in being successful in our academic career as well as our athletic career was being prepared and not procrastinating and being able to set short and long-term goals and then finding a way to reach those goals and having a team around you that supported you in that.
One of the many reasons that I think we did so well and really got this award is because all of us know what it takes to excel in the classroom, and one of those parts of that is that you take classes that are going to challenge you and push you and make you a better student rather than just kind of going with the flow and doing what everybody else is doing. So college classes, a lot of us take those, especially the seniors, and doing things like VOTAC and going there and really working on those skills that are going to propel you and prepare you for your future.
We've always been such a really close group of girls. We've been together since 3rd grade, and so with that we've been able to encourage each other a lot on and off the court. Like on the court, obviously in practice we're able to pick each other up and everything, but off the court in our academic world we're able to study together, bounce ideas off each other, and just keep each other accountable. So I think that's one of the main reasons that led us to receive this award. And then another thing is that we've always been really well taught to take care of ourselves. So get good rest, stay hydrated, make sure we're eating the right foods. So that's just always kept our brains active and able to play on the court and be able to get our homework and everything done in class.
We're very proactive and put first things first and know that we're student athletes rather than putting athletics first.
All 5 of my seniors this year were captains. They exemplified behaviors that allowed the underclassmen to reach their goals as well because of the role models that they set, because of the way that they were able to model how to be good students in the classroom, but also good teammates and good athletes on the court to try their best. It was okay to make mistakes, but to encourage each other and pull each other up and persevere during the difficult times is another thing that will help them in their future, because you're not always going to have success, you're going to have setbacks, and how are you going to pull through on those times in order to keep trying to succeed and not give up. I would say those are probably the qualities that we emphasize the most on the court that allow the girls to be successful once they leave here and get into the real world.
Those girls sure are doing great, both on the court and in the classroom. Now we take a trip to Clinton High School right after this.
This new dad is picturing a tree house in the sky, but he's ignoring the instructions. Good luck, big guy. His kids know that he's building without a clue. Never been so good with nails and glue. Now we're trapped inside a box. I hope mom knows what to do. Mom! See, you don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent.
Thousands of siblings in foster care will take you just as you are.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do.
This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Only you can prevent wildfires.
This is the Lady Reds. We meet at 7 a.m. on Monday and Friday mornings, and we take part in different festivals and different events throughout the school year. And we have done both regional and state festival for all 3 of my high school years, and we are going to state later this upcoming year.
The Lady Reds are an extracurricular vocal music group that I started about a decade ago, and it's always been either after school or before school or during lunch. It's been on my free time and the students' free time. Actually, this year I'm actually getting paid for it, but the last decade it's been all volunteers, including myself.
It's really fun because I've been doing this since my freshman year, and every year it's a little different. We get new people, we have new experiences. Sometimes we go to different places, like we've performed at the Daughters of the American Revolution for a couple years. We've done singing the national anthem for a wrestling tournament.
These are volunteers. They come in at Monday at 7 and 8 at 7 a.m. and we learn challenging music. And what makes this special is how hard they're willing to work because they want to. Because they love to sing and they love music and they love to interact with each other. And I hope they enjoy interacting with me. And I hope that they've learned different things in this group than they get in regular choir. Sometimes with my choir groups, I only have one high school choir, and so I have 9, 10, 11, and 12 every single year. And some of those people, like Mackenzie and Emma, have been singing with me forever, and they know a lot, and then I get new people who don't really know anything. So Lady Reds is the chance for these people that know a lot to spend their extra effort and time doing more challenging music with better voicing.
We challenge ourselves with our songs. We try to pick college-level songs and songs that we know that will be nice, like will be fun to sing, but also challenge our skills, and also adapting to new people who come in different situations. This is kind of like my escape, honestly, because it's my favorite part of my week. I love coming to see all these girls and getting to perform. It's my favorite thing. It is very much a small little family because everybody's just volunteers, so everybody loves to sing, and so we become very close through it.
How cool is that group of ladies? That's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Stephanie Moore. Make it a great day, Lenawee.